Bonjour everyone, I am your humble French tarot reader Marine, and today we're going to be doing our June 2026 month ahead reading. In this reading, we'll look at the energies of the month ahead, what are the themes of the month for you, what to avoid, what to embrace, any action you should take, and the energies that will be there to support you. I love to do these readings every single month. It's a lovely way to keep track of the energies and also to feel supported throughout the year. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if you don't know how this pick-up pad works, you're going to see it's very simple. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling to you, as this is where your reading will be. In the description box, there will be timestamps that can take you to each pile, and there will also be all the names of the decks I'm using today in case there are fellow tarot lovers here. So for today, I have 3 different tarot decks that wanted to work for our June reading. So for my pile number 1, you can choose this particular deck. This is the Floating World Tarot. It's a Japanese inspired deck. It's very colorful, it's very bright, energetic, quite sweet and cute as well. So if you are feeling called to this particular energy, to this particular imagery at this moment in time, then your reading could be in pile number 1. For my pile number 2, the deck that wanted to work for this was the King's Theater Tarot. Again, all the names of the decks are going to be in the description box. This one is very sweet. It's quite cute. It has a lovely energy, and it's also a really great reader. So if you feel called to this particular imagery at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 2. Finally, for my pile number 3, we have the Luminaries Tarot. This is a very modern deck with a limited color palette, quite bold, modern, dynamic, really gorgeous as well. So if this particular imagery is calling to you at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 3. If you need a little bit more time to choose a pile for you, I invite you to pause the video, take some deep breaths, relax your shoulders and clench your jaws, and come back to the waves of your soul. Once you're ready, you can head over to your reading, and I'll see you there starting now. Okay, my pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular deck, this is the reading for you for June 2026. I've got some pre-pull oracle cards we will check out towards the end, but we're going to go straight in with tarot first, and we'll be looking at any themes of the month that you need to be aware of, any energies. What are the themes that you can expect to show up in your life in the month of June 2026? Let's see. What are the themes for my pile number 1 for the month of June? What are the energies? What can you expect? We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, gorgeous. The energies, the themes. What can we expect for my pile number 1? 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and 10 of Cups. Okay, gorgeous. For my pile number 1, the vibes, the energies. First up, Queen of Swords jumped out, meaning that you are invited to keep quite a analytical, kind of clear-minded mindset for the month of June 2026. There's this idea with the Queen of Swords to always look at things in a very clear-minded, analytical way, and to not make decisions based on how you feel. So that's the first thing I'm hearing is for my pile number 1, there's a big advice around the month of June to use your head, use your brain, I'm hearing. If you have any decisions to make, potentially focus more on the logical side of things, on using your clarity, your mindfulness, ability to analyze things rather than using your instinct or your heart and overly following your emotions. So that's the first thing that's coming through. Use your mind, be logical, be mindful at making rash decisions this month. We also have the 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and 10 of Cups. Great months for interpersonal relationships for my pile number 1, whether that's friendships, family dynamics, love, whether that's looking for a partner or deepening the relationship with your partner, whether that's finding new nourishing friendships or deepening the friendships in your life, spending more time with your kids, with your fur babies, deepening the love you have for yourself, finding joy in community. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, telling me that my Palm One will find a lot of comfort, a lot of joy, a lot of support, a lot of nourishment from your interpersonal relationship. It's a great month to open up, spend time with your loved ones, spend time meeting new people, spend time nourishing yourself, spend time nourishing the love in your life, whether that's the love of your kids, your partners, yourself, your pets, your communities, your friends, there's your family members. There's really here a big emphasis on finding so much comfort, joy in the time you spend in with the people you love, and also great months to meet new people. If you've been thinking about joining groups, joining communities, if you've been thinking about, I don't know, there's meeting new friends, like I said, going on dates, anything like that, where there's like potential, even networking, if we're talking about work, great months to connect and to find like-minded souls, I'm hearing. So beautiful months for interpersonal relationships for the month of June. We could have birthdays, anniversaries, family gatherings, friend reunions. I'm seeing you surrounded in like having a nice meal, sharing a nice time. So there could be some events in the month of June that you've been looking forward to this year. That would not surprise me. Finally, Seven of Pentacles, and also next to the Ace of Cups. I have a feeling that regarding your day-to-day, your routine, there might be some frustration here, as some things might take a little bit longer than you would like to happen. Very day-to-day examples, like you are waiting for something to come in, a paperwork, an email, and someone to get back to you, and they're not, for example, right? It could be that you're waiting for an appointment and your appointment keeps getting pushed forward. I'm hearing expect delays for the month of June. It's nothing huge in the sense of that potential appointment not happening. It's just that it might get pushed back, right? So let's say some of you have been really waiting a long time to get an appointment with, I don't know, this super cool hairstylist that you've been looking forward to booking with, or this tattoo artist. Maybe it's gonna get delayed more, and so you won't be able to get your new haircut or your cool new tattoo in the timing that you had hoped, right? Or maybe it's about some administrative paperwork that gets pushed back, some specialist appointment, medical appointments that get delayed. I'm hearing delay, and I'm hearing patience is going to be required. So again, nothing major in the sense of huge disruption, but you even silly things like packages in the post taking a really long time to arrive, and your orders not coming in, and so you're gonna have to be patient. My final one, there's really here an invitation to go with the flow. If things don't happen when you want, just be mindful of that, and try and be flexible. I think the advice here is, even things I'm hearing like expect traffic when you're supposed to go somewhere and there's traffic, so you're gonna have to potentially find new routes and spend more time in the car that you had anticipated. Some of you may be booking a holiday and your plane is delayed, so you're gonna have to rework some plans here because you're not gonna get to the destination at the time you thought. It's giving like I don't know why, it's giving me Mercury retrograde vibe, although I really don't think there's Mercury retrograde in June, but energetically, it's giving delays and having to be patient and remaining flexible and adaptable. And I really do think that if you guys keep a cool head, right, because you had the Queen of Swords, remain patient and remain adaptable and flexible, you'll navigate this month no problem. Again, it's nothing major, just be ready that maybe things take a little bit longer than you originally anticipated. Okay, so we are going to look at what to avoid this month. My pile number one, what are you invited to avoid in the month of June? We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's gorgeous, by the way. When things don't go to plan, when things don't happen in your own timing, when your routine, your day-to-day Queen of Pentacles is all about our routine, our material life, our feeling of groundedness, when that gets disrupted, don't suddenly berate yourself and fall into the trap of anguish and of feeling like the world is ending and starting to stress and starting to worry and feel like everything is crashing down, right? Truly avoid catastrophizing. Is that a, I think that's the word. That's what I'm hearing anyway. Avoid catastrophizing in the month of June, my Palme. Again, I really don't see anything major in terms of huge disruption, but it's possible, very likely, that there will be minor delays, minor annoying things, day-to-day things, like I said, getting stuck in traffic, things not arriving on time, having to change plans because there's a disruption somewhere happening, so you have to change what you thought you were going to do at the weekend, whatever, right? When that happens, again, remember, first card was Queen of Swords. Keep a cool head, be practical, be logical. Don't fall into the trap of wanting to control too much. I'm hearing this month. Let go of control. Be like the river, going with the flow. If there's a rock on your path, the river is going to go around it, right? It's going to find a way to go around the rock. That's you, my Palme One. That's your energy. Be like water, be fluid, be adaptable, be flexible. Don't fall into the trap of trying to hold on to control, as it will just create unnecessary stress and unnecessary worry that you don't need to put on yourself, okay? So that's what to avoid. What to embrace in the month of June for my pile number one. What to embrace? Temperance. Embrace temperance. Literally, temperance is all about alchemizing. It's all about patience. It's all about moderation. It's all about balance, equilibrium, going with the flow, finding fluidity in life. If something is being delayed, well, you reroute, you take a detour. If you're driving somewhere and the road is blocked, you take the long road. It's okay. It might take you an hour more to get to your destination, but maybe you'll see something nice on the way, right? That's the vibe. If your plane gets delayed, well, maybe you can have a nice meal at the airport, or you can book yourself, or if your plane is delayed to the next day, maybe it's an opportunity to book yourself a nice hotel somewhere, extend your stay. It's about making the most of unexpected situations. Temperance and Knight of Wands. What to embrace? Moderation, we've talked about it, fluidity, equilibrium, like finding ways to go with the flow. We also have the Knight of Wands, so definitely here an invitation to also lean into your passionate side, your creativity, and your fiery side in the month of June. So great months to be more active, be more proactive, even to maybe be more creative, to infuse some fun, some passion, some excitement back into your life. It's a great month to, I'm seeing you literally being more active, so maybe moving your body, going out, doing things, right? It's also a great month to be more creative, reconnect with any creative hobbies you might have left on the side, any creative projects. It's a great month to follow your passion, follow your joy, and follow what makes you feel alive. So that could also be linked to your interpersonal relationships, obviously. Maybe it's about doing fun things with the people you love, your friends, your family, your pets, your partner, whatever it may be, right? Let's continue with what action should you take in the month of June for my Palme One. What is the action you are invited to take? The star. I love that. With the star as an action, it's focusing on your well-being, your mental health, focusing on self-love, self-care, and focusing on making sure that you're feeling good with yourself. And I think we've talked about it. The way for you to feel good this month is to relinquish control and to embrace being a bit more adaptable, being a bit more flexible, and letting go of trying to control things you cannot control, but making the most of things even when they're a little bit, even when there's changes, unexpected delays or whatever, just making the most of things and finding ways to bring joy, nourishment into your day-to-day, no matter what life throws at you. Again, I'm really seeing this river image in my mind's eye of like, even if there's rock on the path, the river will find a way to go around it, right? With a star, a really big focus in terms of what an action to take. Here, you're invited to take any action regarding taking care of you. So if some of you have been thinking about going to see a professional, a counselor, a psychologist, it's a great month for that. If you've been thinking about booking a medical appointment for something, going to the dentist, whatever it may be, and you've been delaying it, do it in June, right? It's about taking care of you, no longer delaying the taking care of yourself. If you've been thinking about picking up yoga, if you've been thinking about starting meditation, if you've been thinking about, maybe changing your sleeping pattern and trying to go to bed earlier or spending less time on your phone, like whatever you feel like you need to do to take care of your health, mental health, well-being, physical health, all of those things, there's a big focus on that in the sense of you're invited to take good care of yourself and to prioritize yourself in the month of June, my pile number one. And finally, what action to take? I think it's I'm hearing start making more wishes. So I'm putting it out there. The star is making me think of when you see a falling star and you're making a wish, you are invited by the universe to make more wishes in the month of June. Maybe you've lost that habit of making wishes for yourself, of hoping for yourself, of praying and wishing and manifesting things for your future. Don't hesitate to get back into these practices in the month of June if you feel so called to. There could be some great energies around that. Maybe, some new moon manifesting, maybe doing actually going outside and watching the falling stars. There's something here interesting about, I'm hearing don't hesitate to make more wishes. That's really beautiful. Some oracle cards, and then we'll check those out. Let's see what we have for the month of June for my pile number one. We have lotus flower enlightenment. Yeah, see, it goes back to this idea of, for me, both temperance and the star, this idea of this month, be flexible, go with the flow, but also really focus on your mental health, your well-being, on you feeling good, right? Self-care, self-love. It's going to be really nourishing for you this month to focus on that. I think you'll feel called to put yourself a bit more first this month in a way that doesn't feel selfish, but in a way that feels very supporting and nourishing. Also, with this particular lotus flower, we could be talking about reconnecting with certain spiritual practices or deepening spiritual practices. Again, I see some of you meditating, doing journaling, doing yoga, pulling cards, whatever you guys do, right, to connect to your higher self or connect to source, spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Some of you might feel called to deepen your practice or relight your practice in that sense. Let's check out your oracle cards around what and who is supporting you in the month of June. So let's see. Your guardian for the month. Who do you have? You have Aphrodite. And Aphrodite, she's beautiful. She's linked to love in Greek mythology. She's the goddess of love. We've talked about it, you guys. This month there's a big emphasis on interpersonal relationship, connecting with your loved ones, meeting new people, spending time with your family, with your partners, with your pets, with your kids, and also a big emphasis on self-love. So there's really here this beautiful loving energy around my pile number one of wanting to nurture the love in your life. And obviously if you like to work with any deities, then Aphrodite could be a great supportive energy for you this month. Okay, let's see your animal for the month. You have the bat, and it says, listen up, you are working through deep soul patterns, release any outdated beliefs that surface. It's interesting because bats use sonars, right, to navigate. And so it's about, again, finding new ways for me, for you guys. It's about finding new ways to navigate situations, maybe in the past, if any delays or something had happened, you might have started to stress, or you might have started to get angry, or you might have, I don't know, let's say you had something unexpected happen in the day, like you got stuck in traffic, missed your appointment, for example. Maybe the past version of yourself would have let that ruin your week. You would have gotten super stressed, super worried. It would have really thrown you off. Now, this from now onwards, especially starting in the month of June, you are like not letting things like that throw you off course. You're embracing more fluidity. You're like, well, you know what? It wasn't my fault that I got stuck in traffic. I'll book this appointment again. I'll apologize, and it's okay. We'll move on. I'm not going to let this completely throw me off course. I'm going to find new ways to navigate these small inconvenience. That's what this bat is giving me. It's about finding new ways to navigate life, right? And I think you guys are really embracing that in the month of June. And obviously, a bat being your animal for the month of June, watch out for any bat symbolism that might come up in your life. Or maybe you see one in real life. Let's finally look at your crystal for the month, and we have selenite. And look, selenite is linked to peace and the crown chakra, and we again see someone who's like meditating or doing some kind of yoga pose, some kind of mindfulness practice. So truly, my pile number one, I think the message is around go with the flow. Don't don't berate yourself. Don't try and hold on and control things you cannot. Be adaptable. Take care of yourself. Big focus on taking care of yourself. Self-care. Nourish the love in your life. And overall, I think you will have a loving, supportive month of June. Let's put one last card for you guys. Let's one last little advice. This is a very cheeky deck, so just be warned. It can be quite cheeky. We'll see what it has to say to you guys. For your month of June, we have don't be afraid to slow down with the sloth. I love that. And it says, rest is absolutely necessary. Grinding yourself to the ground is absolutely not. It's okay to move slowly at your own pace. Looking cute and docile, maybe hanging from a tree. Be more sloth. So there you go. That's your last advice for the month of June, my pile number one. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope this reading brought you something of value. If you enjoyed it, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. Until next time, I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye. Okay, my pile number two, welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular deck, this is going to be the reading for you for the month of June. I've got some pre-pulled oracle cards we'll check out at the end, but we're going to go straight in with tarot and start with looking at the themes of the month for you guys. So this will be around any themes, energies, any kind of like almost like a weather report for the month of June for you, what you can expect in terms of energies, in terms of vibes. We shall see. So, what are the themes of the month for my pile number two? We have the Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. I'll show you the cards closer. Let's put a couple more. Love that, first of all. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And we had one last jumper and 10 of Cups. Okay, wow, beautiful. And we've had the 10 of Cups in my pile number one as well. So you had the Ace of Cups, which is adorable, by the way. The Three of Cups, super cute. Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. There's really here a huge emphasis on having a good time in the month of June. So I don't know if you guys have any holidays planned, if you've got some birthdays, if you've got some, I don't know, maybe fun events, reunions, weekends away, something you've planned or something you've been looking forward to all year. But there's really here something fun, joyful, and good vibes that's coming through for you in the month of June. Maybe it's about spending time. I see like there's a really big emphasis on friendship as well. So it could be about spending time with friends. Maybe you've booked yourself a spa day with your besties. Maybe you've booked yourself a weekend away to see a friend that lives far away. Maybe it's about, I don't know, maybe you have a high school reunion. You're going to see friends that you haven't seen in ages. Family reunion, seeing people you haven't seen. There's something around seeing people you've not seen in a long time. And there's something also about friends, either long distance friends or friends like childhood friends or friends you've had for years and years. So that's coming through strongly. There's really here a big emphasis on joy, happiness, and just celebration and having a good time in the month of June. So truly, I would really not be surprised if you guys have some plans around spending time with friends, booking a holiday somewhere, like I said, any kind of reunion, maybe a birthday, a wedding, something fun, right? Something joyous, something exciting that you probably have been looking forward to for a long time. So I love that, first of all. We also have, with the Ace of Cups, a really big emphasis on filling your cup. So truly, this is a month where there could be a lot of things that bring you joy, and they don't have to be huge things, especially because we have the Knight of Pentacles. For me, Knight of Pentacles and Ace of Cups is often about those little day-to-day things that bring us joy, like, I don't know, going on a nice walk with your dog, for example, and just taking your dog to somewhere new and having a really nice walk in the forest with them, or taking your kids for a day out and making new memories that you're gonna cherish. And it doesn't have to be something huge, but it's just a really special day that brings happiness and joy to everyone. It could be about making sure that you're setting time aside for your hobbies this month and you're finding a lot of joy in that, or you're finding new books that you're loving and it's making you super happy, or, it's about finding tons of ways to fill your cup. This month, overall, I really see you feeling happier. This month's my pile number 2. I don't know if you guys have had a rough year so far, maybe last month or a few weeks have been a little bit rough. Maybe your energy was low or just emotionally your cup was empty. In the month of June, there's tons of opportunity to fill your cup, to feel happier, to feel more joyful, to find joy in the day-to-day, to have good times, make new memories, to cherish yourself, to do fun things, to focus on joy and happiness. And I love that. Really sweet energies coming forward for you guys. We also have with the Knight of Pentacles an advice here on doing things slow at a time. If you guys have any projects, any things you're working on, don't try and rush, right? I'm hearing it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So if you guys have any project, whether it's at work, personal life, whatever it is, the advice here is to take things slow, little step at a time will make better progress than spending your whole day doing it and then you crash out and you can't touch that project again for weeks, right? So do a little bit every day, I'm hearing, whatever we're talking about. Don't try and chew too much at once. Break things down into actionable little steps. If you have a huge to-do list of admin stuff, life admin stuff you need to do, you can break it down. Maybe today you send one email and tomorrow you clean your desk and the day after you do the laundry, right? You don't have to do everything the same day, especially if you've been feeling overwhelmed and that there's too much. So there's a big emphasis here on try to take a little bit of action every single day. It's going to feel a lot more manageable than if you try to do it all at once. We are gonna look at what you need to avoid this month. My pile number 2, what to avoid. Let's see, what should you avoid? 2 of Cups. Interesting. So many cups, you guys. So many cups. And 5 of Cups. Yeah. Because I see you guys very surrounded by people this month, in the sense of, look at it, they're literally piled up. All of this found family, they're all piled up, they're spending time together, and yes, they're having really good time because we have 3 of Cups and Ace of Cups. Sometimes though, when you're spending so much time with other people, it can be a little bit suffocating, right? So this what to avoid is avoid letting other people take over emotionally, and in the sense of, if let's say you guys are this month are going on a holiday with friends, and normally you're more of a hermit person who likes to spend time on their own, the advice here is to say yes, go with your friends. Obviously, it's something you've been looking forward to, it's going to be super exciting, and spend time with your friend. But if for 1 hour you need to go and have coffee on your own because you feel your social battery is completely low, do that, right? Don't feel like you have to, especially like 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups, don't compromise your emotional well-being trying to please other people or trying to show up for people when you feel like you don't have the capacity for that. It's gonna be this month about avoiding any people-pleasing tendencies, any phoning tendencies, any tendencies to ghost or isolate without telling people why you need time. Be honest with the people around you. Say, I'm sorry, I can't do that today. I'm sorry, I don't have the emotional capacity. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. I can't come out tonight. Just don't feel like you have to overly justify yourself. Just be honest. But also, this is going to be about avoiding any tendencies you might have to either, like I said, phone or flight, I'm hearing, in the sense of like, shutting away from the world completely without telling people why, or self-compromising and doing things when you just don't feel it in you that you could or have the capacity to, and then you end up maybe resenting the people. You're finding yourself doing something or being out one night when you just wanted to stay at home and chill, right? So again here, what to avoid self-compromising yourself for the sake of others. Avoid putting other people's expectation in front of your own, but also avoid not being honest with those people, as there's really here a big emphasis on, if you just say to people, I'm sorry, I'm tired, I can't show up today, or I'm sorry, I'm tired and I've got so much going on, I won't be able to go to your kid's birthday party, but it's, I'll see you next week, we'll make up something, whatever. If you are honest with people will understand, and there will not be any issue, right? So what to embrace this month? My pile number 2. What are you invited to embrace in the month of June? The Chariot and the Fool. Ooh, I love that. 2 majors. First majors of the reading. It's a great month to go for things, to push forward, and to start something new. If you've been thinking about joining a new class, a new group, starting a new project, if you've been thinking about booking a plane ticket somewhere, if you've been thinking about taking a class, like I said, if you've been thinking about joining a group, joining a community, if you've been thinking about starting a new routine for yourself, if you've been thinking about looking for a new job, if you've been thinking about whatever, right? Starting dating again, whatever it may be, is in a sense of initiating a new phase of your life, initiating a new start, going after something you want. June is green light, you guys. June is saying go, go, go. Great month to start initiating, going after the thing you've been desiring. Some of you might finally start that writing that book you've been thinking about. Some of you finally might start that YouTube channel you've been thinking about. Some of you might finally join that book club you've been seeing ads for and you wanted to join for ages. Or maybe you're finally going to book yourself to a pottery lesson because you've always wanted to do that, kept putting that on the back burner, and now you're like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I really want to learn how to do pottery, so I'm going to finally book myself that lesson. Doesn't matter what it is here. Obviously, this is a general reading. We're talking about going after what it is you want. There's a desire, there's something you want to initiate, a project, a new step, an exciting, juicy gem you want to pursue, right? Somewhere you're excited to go to. Then the month of June, you are invited to make the move, go for things. Truly, Chariot and the Fool, this is the biggest green light from the universe you could get. It's saying go, go, go. I love that. Okay, what action should you take in the month of June? My pile number 2. What is the action you should take? What action are you invited to take this month? Nine of Wands. See, for me, it's going back to not hesitating to say no, just because you're going to have a very busy month in terms of social calendar, especially spending time with people. I see you spending time with friends. We've talked about it. It does not mean you have to sacrifice your well-being just because you're overly committing, right? So action to take, prioritize your energy levels, prioritize yourself. If you need a day to rest, do that. If you need an evening to not do anything, even though you normally were supposed to do something, you can stay home, right? And postpone. It's about making sure you're not burning the candle at both ends with the Nine of Wands. This is the warning before the Ten of Wands, when you fully burn out and you're like exhausted. So this is like you can, you still have the capacity to. This is saying, don't forget to take care of you. Don't overly spend energy you might not have. Don't hesitate to take a day off. Don't hesitate to take some time to rest. All of those things, okay? Just because it might be a super exciting month in terms of social calendar, commitments, fun, the activities, gatherings, you still are invited to prioritize your well-being. Very, very important. Let's have a look at some oracle cards, see what else we can get for my pile number 2. Globe and possibility. We've talked about it, right? If you have an idea, if you've been thinking about doing something, for some of you it may be booking a trip somewhere. Like this is, you've always wanted to visit a country, or to book yourself to visit a place, something like that. Maybe it's a month where you finally make that move. If you've been truly here, I'm hearing with this globe, the world is your oyster. The Fool and the Chariot, the world is your oyster this month. So don't hesitate to be bold and to make the move and to go after the thing and to take risks in the month of June, okay? It's the limit is only the horizon, I'm hearing. So it's about daring to go after what it is you want in the month of June. And this is beautiful confirmation that possibilities are limitless. Let's check out the oracle cards I've pre-pulled. First up will be your guardian for the month. So could be a deity, could be a guardian. We'll see who shows up. We have Dryad, protect your energy. Beautiful. This could be an invitation to spend time in nature. Dryads are beings of nature, elemental beings. They usually are linked to trees and sacred places like groves, special trees. So maybe this is an invitation to spend more time in nature this month if you're able to, maybe specifically around trees. If you can, I don't know, if you can go to a forest you like, if you can spend more time in your garden, if there's a park near you that you enjoy going to. This could, I see this being linked to this Nine of Wands. I think when you feel your battery running low, your inner battery, spending time in nature will help recharge you. That's what I'm hearing. So this could be an advice there for you guys to spend a little bit more time surrounding yourself with trees, nature, grounding yourself, and that really helping you to recharge your inner batteries. I love that. Okay, your animal for the month. Let's see, we have the squirrel. Talk about trees and forests, right? There's a big forest vibe for my pile number 2. I love that. Spiritual maintenance, be your own caretaker. We've talked about it. Don't let, just because you might be spending a lot of time with other people this month, don't let other people's needs come before your own, right? Remember, 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups. It's about being open, being honest. If you can't do something, just tell people. If you don't have the capacity for something, just tell people, sorry, I can't do it. But don't do things out of feeling peer pressure or out of putting people's needs over your own, as that might backfire. That's what this spiritual maintenance is giving me. And of course, the squirrel being your animal for the month, watch out for a squirrel coming up in your life. It could be seeing squirrel pictures online, could be seeing a real squirrel, especially if you guys are spending time in the forest or near trees. It could be about seeing a squirrel sticker on a car. Like, watch out for squirrel energy in your life. It's interesting. Obviously squirrels are also oftentimes linked to resources. Might be this is a month where you guys, some of this action and desire might be around your resources, spending some resources towards a project, something like that. Finally, we have your crystal for the month. If you like to work with stones, let's see. And your crystal for the month is lepidolite. It's linked to confidence, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So I love that. See, your keyword for lepidolite is confidence. Again, we're going back to this chariot and full energy. Truly, opportunities are limitless for you guys. This is about being daring. It's about being bold, and it's about going after what it is you want. And if you need a bit of support to get the confidence to do that, you can work with lepidolite as a crystal. So we are going to pull one last card from this cheeky little deck. It's quite cheeky, so we'll see what it has to say, but it's also very fun, so I thought we could get one last message from this. Let's see, what do we have? And it said, you make me unicorny. I told you guys. I warned you. This is so cheeky. Okay, what does it say? I see that green. Don't try and hide it. Are you horny for a person, a passion project, or life right now? Unicorny comes in many ways. Get feisty, naughty, and play. Manifest your orgasmic potential to bring frolicking fun and fucking fantabulousness. I mean, if this is not the perfect summary of what we've talked about here, just with a little bit more sass, then I don't know what is. And I love that for you guys. Hope you have a frolicking fun and fantabulous month of June. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, then don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. These are all free ways to support my work, but it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye. Okay, my pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular deck, then this is going to be the reading for you. As I mentioned in the intro, today's reading is all about June 2026. And I've got some pre-pulled oracle cards we'll check out at the end of the reading. But first, we're going to go straight in with your tarot cards. And we are going to see what we can expect in terms of themes, in terms of energies for the month of June. What are the vibes? What are the energies of the month for you guys? Let's see. So what are the themes of the month of June for my pile number 3? What are the vibes? We have justice. We have the 3 of cups. Oh my god, I think we've had 3 of cups for all of my piles, or 2 out of 3. Love that. We also have Queen of Swords and 7 of Wands. So for my pile number 3, in terms of energies for the month of June, there's first up a big focus with Justice and Queen of Swords. I'm getting Libra vibes for my pile number 3. We might have Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Energetically, it's an invitation to focus on honesty this month and focus on fairness, in the sense of in your personal relationships, in your communication with others, in the way you move out in the world. There's an invitation here to hold this idea of honesty, speaking your truth, being vocal about what you believe in, being extremely important this month. It's about not hesitating to share your ideas this month. It's about not hesitating to be honest about how you feel, about what's on your mind. It's about sharing your ideas. It's about speaking up about what you believe, right? It's about having important conversations with your loved ones, your friends, your family members, your colleagues, around being more vulnerable and open about what's been going on inside your soul, inside your mind, right? There's a really big focus here on not hesitating to open up this month, my pile number 3, and to be very honest in the way you move in the world, in your relationship, in your communication. Speak up about what you believe in. Don't hesitate to open up to people around certain subjects that you've been thinking of having. Don't hesitate to use your throat chakra very much here. Justice, Queen of Swords, there's really here a big emphasis on speaking out about what's on your mind, on being honest, on communicating. Some of you might get opportunities at work to be more public speaking, to, I don't know, maybe you're gonna share your knowledge, maybe you're gonna have someone like, I don't know, an intern, for example, that you have to impart your knowledge on, so you'll be using your throat chakra a lot to communicate and to guide them. Maybe you'll be doing some kind of public speaking, maybe you'll be able to potentially be, I'm seeing someone on stage doing some kind of conference, speaking out, sharing their voice. I'm also seeing you guys having an opportunity to be some kind of leader in a way or mentor to someone this month, and it could play out in your career specifically, but also in your interpersonal relationships, specifically friendships. Maybe your friend this month will come to you for advice more so than usual. They'll come to you as the voice of reason, and knowing that you'll be able to give good advice because you'll be fair, just, honest. So beautiful energies, really interesting energies for my pile number 3 for the month of June. Okay, what to avoid this month? What are you invited to avoid in the month of June? What are you invited to avoid? 10 of Wands. We've had this kind of theme for all of my piles. Don't take too much on your shoulders, as well as Knight of Swords. Interesting. So don't, first of all, with the 10 of Wands, don't take too much on your shoulders this month. My pile number 3, maybe you have a lot of commitment. I'm hearing for you guys, it's more related to career than my other piles. My other piles, it was more so about social commitments and, social calendar, being busy and stuff. For you guys, it's more about work. You might feel like there's a lot going on at work, and so there's a bit of an invitation here to not take too much on your shoulders, in the sense of don't pile up more projects than necessary. Delegate if you can. If you can't do that thing today, there's still tomorrow. It could be also about even day-to-day things around, there's a lot of things you need to do in your home, like life admin, but instead of trying to do it all at once, it's about splitting it up into little pieces so it feels more manageable. In terms of what to avoid putting too much on your shoulders. Delegate if you can, postpone if you can, just manage your energy level really mindfully this month. We also have the Nine of Swords, and it's interesting because you are invited to avoid the Knight of Swords, but to embrace the Queen of Swords. Nine of Swords is very rash. Sometimes it speaks, but without thinking. And so here this month, you're really invited to speak up, to share your ideas, to communicate your truth, to say how you feel, but to do so in a way that feels thought through, right? Don't rush in the sense of saying things without thinking about them. If you have a conversation you need to have with someone, maybe take time beforehand to think about how you're going to approach it, so that you don't say things that might be hurtful to you or to them, and so that you can be sure to get your points across in a way that feels constructive, right? So it's about avoiding rash decision and rash words. It's about making sure that you embrace honesty and fairness, but that you don't speak without thinking first. Okay, so this is also about making sure that if you have any decisions to make this month, that you take time before you take the decision. If something is offered to you, take a day to think about it. Say, okay, I'll come back to you tomorrow. Let me think on this. Really try to avoid, if you can, any rash decisions, any quick decisions. Take the time to think things through. If someone is asking you to participate in a work project, but you're not 100% sure you're going to have the energy to do that necessarily, don't feel like you have to respond to the offer straight away. Maybe say, hey, can I think about it and I'll come back to you in a couple of days, right? It's about really making sure that you are managing your energy levels, and that if you have any decisions to make this month, you're taking time to think things through. Okay, you're invited to embrace in the month of June, my pile number 3. What are you invited to embrace? We have 4 of Pentacles and we have 3 of Wands. Okay, so with the 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands, what to embrace? It's a great month to start planning. Maybe not the best month to start doing the thing you want to do, but a great month to start planning. What do I mean by that? Maybe it's not the month where you guys go on holiday, right? Because we've talked about it. There could be a lot going on at work, for example. So maybe it's not the month where you get to go on holiday and where you get to do fun things. But it's a great month where you can plan the holiday and look ahead and look at your finances and your resources and start to look at, okay, with what I have, with the resources I have, what am I able to plan in the future? So I don't think June is going to be the month where a lot is happening in terms of new things, exciting new projects, but it's a great month to plan those things for later in the year, right? So again, if you have any holidays to plan, any new projects you want to do, any new things you want to implement, start planning in June. It's about starting to plant those little seeds. It's about looking at your resources, your time, your energy, your money, and thinking about what can I do with that to plan this project, this desire, this dream I have. Maybe I can't make it happen in June, but what about July? August, September, or the end of the year, right? So it's a great month to start planning things, to start putting intention on things. It's a great month to start planning for the things that you want, to start making lists, to start implementing to start budgeting, whatever it may be, so that maybe you don't take the action to do the thing you want in June, but you definitely start putting the intention to get there eventually, right? So let's have a look now at what action are you invited to take in the month of June, my Palm 3. Any action you're invited to take. What action are you invited to take this month? Judgment. Ooh, okay. Look, literally, we've talked about speaking out. We've talked about being vocal. We've talked about sharing your truth. This is a wake-up call. Some of you are feeling finally a call to speak up about something, to have some conversations. Some of you are feeling called to stand up for what you believe more. Some of you are feeling called to step up to the center stage. We've talked about it, public speaking. I see you metaphorically or even potentially literally holding a mic in the month of June and speaking about something. So it could be at work, it could be in your personal relationship, it could be on social media, whatever. I'm not sure what this relates to, as this is a general reading, but it's really about you guys sharing your voice this month. Some of you might even take singing classes and do a show, or maybe it's the month where you have your show, I don't know. There's something about really using your voice to share your truth, that being extremely important for you guys in the month of June. Okay, pull a little oracle card. Let's see what else we can get for you for my pile number 3. What do we have? Bees, community. I mean, we've talked about it. There's a big emphasis on your friendships, on connecting, on networking, but also, again, on you. With the bees, I see the hive, and every bee in the hive has a purpose and has a role. And we've talked about it that this month your role could be to be some kind of guide, some kind of mentor, to share your truth, to be fair and honest, to help people make decisions, right? Very Queen of Swords, very justice energy, helping people make the right decisions, be a sounding board for someone, giving someone good advice, and being able to be honest and authentically yourself in a way that will help others around you, that will help the hive work better, right? So super interesting. Okay, let's have a look at your oracle cards that I've pre-pulled. The first one is your guardian or deity for the month, who is watching over you this month. We have Persephone, new beginnings. How beautiful. So potentially my pile number 3 is starting to feel energies shift. Maybe for you guys, spring arrives a little bit later than other parts of the world. Maybe where you live, you haven't really been feeling that spring energy yet, but in June things are starting to shift. The sun is shining more, you're able to spend more time outside, the flowers are blooming, and so maybe it's about embracing this spring energy finally in a way that feels nourishing. And obviously, if you like to work with deities, then Persephone is showing up for you guys in this form. I see her as maiden of flower. I don't see her as queen of the underworld for you guys, the way she's showing up. It's about tapping into your lighter energy, embracing the spring of your life, seeking the sun, feeling lighter, feeling like, you can come back to the surface after maybe spending some time in the descent. So that's coming through, really beautiful. Let's see your animal for the month for my pile number 3. We have the crane, linked to surrender. Let go of limiting belief. Be as expensive in your thought as your soul is. Be expensive in your thought as your soul is very Queen of Swords and Justice. So potentially it's about also releasing some limiting beliefs this month and looking at some things that you realize were making you feel stuck. It's about embracing larger points of view, changing your minds about some things, maybe embracing different perspective. Be open to new ideas this month, be open to new visions, be open to new opinions, right? That's coming through as well for you. And obviously watch out for crane in your life. And finally, we have your crystal for the month, and we have the moonstone. It's linked to lunar cycles and the crown chakra. With lunar cycles, this could be an invitation to maybe do a little new moon journaling, full moon journaling. It could be about also looking at the cycles in your life. We did have Persephone here, which is very much about cycle, as sometimes she shows up as queen of the underworld, sometimes she shows up as maiden of flowers, right, the goddess of spring. And there's this cyclical nature coming for you guys. You are slowly stepping into a new season of your life. We've talked about it. Maybe it's not the months where you guys are seeing the fully realized project come to fruition yet, but you're starting to make plans. You see the energy shifting. You're starting to see the wheel turning, and that feels really good, as it's also feeling more expensive, I think for you. Oh no, wait, there's this sassy little deck that I've been putting at the end of my readings. We'll see what it has to tell you. I warn you, it's very cheeky. So let's see what it has to say. I think we had a jumper. You are looking for a sign. This is it. Okay, you are ignoring the signs you specifically ask for. How many do you need? Here is a bright red baboon's arse to let you know you know. Got it? Okay, I warned you it was sassy. So, if you've been looking for a sign for something, this is it, my point number 3. Maybe you've been looking for a sign around something you've been wanting to do, something you've been wanting to plan, whatever it is, to have that conversation, to speak up, the mic metaphorically or literally. This is your sign. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you something of value. If it did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. I want to thank you so much for being here. Until next time, I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye.